Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial brought to you by Programmium. Guys, as you know that in our previous video we have a very good discussion about arrays, but we also had decided to split that video into two parts so that we can better understand what are the ways to initialize and use arrays. So without any further delay, let's get started and open our IntelliJ IDE. So guys, now you can see that we have opened our IntelliJ IDE, and this is the arrays in java.java file that we had created and modified in our last video. So we will be dealing with this file again to modify and update this file, and once we have all the concepts related to arrays gathered and collected in this file, then I will share this file with you. So guys, if you have watched our previous video, then you would be familiar that we had covered only one method to declare an array. So guys, now let us see our second method of initializing and declaring our array. So by the way, you can use here any data type like that, and here would be the name of the array, like I am writing here name of patients, and then we will use here new, and after that the data type we used here, and now our array is ready to use. So guys, these are the two methods to declare and use arrays. We have covered this one, so we will see the second one here. So let me comment out all these lines, but this time we will be making an array of data type string. Fine. And what was the name of patients is equals to new, and then string here. Okay, one more thing we have to write here is how many characters or how many elements you want to store in this uh, array here. We can use here 10, 100, whatever you like, but I am writing here 10. So let me write here 10, and you can see that our error had gone right now. So guys, this is the similar syntax that we have studied, but what does this new keyword do? Let me write a comment here. And as you know that to work with arrays, computer actually have to assign memory to these arrays. So to assign values to these arrays in Java, we use new keyword. Fine. Actually, this new keyword assigns this array memory allocation so that we can use that array. And why we are writing here 10? Actually, we are telling the compiler that store 10 blocks for my string array. And here comes the difference between in these two declaration types, that when we use this kind of notation, and if we put random numbers, and you can put a lot of numbers you want, so we don't have to type here this like that I have to put 10 elements here, 20 elements here, 30 elements here. You just have to put elements in these curly braces, and then the compiler would automatically checks or see if how many numbers or elements are stored in your array, and then according to that analysis, compiler would allocate memory to this array. But when we deal this kind of notation, then we first have to declare how many elements we will be storing in this array, so that the computer or compiler allocates memory to this array. So now let us sort the user, enter patient name. And one more thing we have to write here like this, and let us create a scanner object here. Again, input is equals to new scanner system dot in. Fine. And what we have to do, we just have to use here name of patients, and that at index 0 we will store here input dot next line. And let me duplicate this and right here 2 and 3, and here I will use 1 and 2, and let us run this file. So enter patient name number 1, and we have to use like Alex and Diana, and here Sharon. Fine. So now you can see that our program had exit with exit code 0. That means our program is running fine. So let us use a for loop here, and I am using here enhanced loop, and I am using here name up to name of patients, and just out name of patient is name, and let us run it. Enter patient name, let us write here Alex, Diana, Sharon, and you would see that our patient name first 3 are defined and the other ones are null. So why we are getting here null, and why we are saying this only 3? Because we actually ask the user to enter these 3 names, and then storing them in the array, and after that as you know that remaining are 7, and we had not initialized those strings, so that's the reason the compiler used here null. And by the way, null here means you can say nothing. So I am writing here null means nothing. Fine. So we can use here like I am using a for loop, and I am using here an int iterator starting from 0. Iterator would go up to name of patients dot length, and then iterator plus plus. And let me delete these lines and cut this and paste it here. So what we have to do, we have to do here iterator and enter patient name, and here I am using iterator, sorry, bracket iterator plus 1, and here is this. So let us run it and check it. So patient name number 1 again Alex, Diana, Sharon, Programmium, and what if we enter here 67? Then you would say that nothing happened. And let me put some more comments here. Mac OS, Linux, Kali Linux, and Windows 11. And now you see that patient name is Alex Diana, but what has happened here? Name of patient is 67, and we have entered an integer 67 here. There should have to be an error here, but the compiler is not giving an error here. So let us see what happens when we enter an integer in a string. So actually, when we enter integer in a string, compiler just shows a string representation of that integer. Fine. So that's the reason we got no error here. So guys, one more thing I would like to show you here is that I am creating an integer array here by the name of numbers is equals to new. I have declared this an array, and after that let us use here numbers is equals to new integer of type 10, and here I have initialized this array. So guys, here I would be showing you something interesting, and let us use a enhanced for loop. I'm using an int number up to numbers, and remember after this colon sign we have to use the array name. Fine. And let us out number is plus number, and let us run it. And now you will see that number is 0, number is 0, and number is 0. So guys, enough for this video. We will be meeting in our next video, in which we will be talking about some project using these arrays concept, and after we will be talking, and we will be also talking about garbage collector. So guys, until our next video, stay tuned, and don't forget to like our videos, subscribe our channel, and share with your friends. Goodbye.